We've just linked up, mashallah, with brother Shah, who's mashallah been living in Japan for 17 years.
17, in my 17th year.
In your 17th year, mashallah. He looks very, very young, but mashallah, he's a, he's a mature brother, mashallah.
I'm feeling the age though.
No, but mashallah, very good for your age, mashallah, very good for your age. So, bro, we obviously, Shamaki, you've lived in Japan for a year as well, mashallah. So, I just wanted to get some thoughts. You're living here for 17 years. You speak the language. I've seen you speaking with all of the guys, and mashallah, it's very strange to see a brother who's originally Bengali, right?
Bangladeshi origin, yes.
Yeah, speaking with a man who's Turkish in Japanese, in Tokyo, it's crazy, right? How have you found your experience generally? How is it to live here as a foreigner, and how's things,
Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I've been living here 17 years, as brother Musa said. It's been, to be honest, I love living in this country. It's better than living in London for many reasons, but to be honest, the key thing is how is it living as a Muslim here? And I find it very easy to be living as a Muslim here. To be honest, I found Islam here. I started studying before. When I was living in London, I wasn't so understanding of Islamic faith. I was a jahil in some ways. And coming to Japan and learning about the culture and learning about many things led me to Islam, alhamdulillah.
Amazing, wow.
And the key thing is...
that's crazy.
One of the things I found that was easiest is that I feel like Japan is the land of Sunnah without Tawheed. They have no Tawheed.
That's crazy.
But they have Sunnah. They clean themselves. They don't get angry. When they clean the street, they open their door, they clean what's in front, and they clean what's on the left and clean what's on the right.
Wow.
Right? So they do a lot of things that we should be doing as Muslims, I believe. So it's very easy here.
SubhanAllah.
So yeah, alhamdulillah.
One of the things I was mentioning in one of the reminders, I think it's for yesterday's vlog, yesterday's video, you would have already seen it, is about exactly that. I said that cleanliness, these people are so big on cleanliness, and I said as Muslims we are awla to that. We should be doing that much more than them because of what we believe, etc. It's amazing points. Just some other stuff as well. So you said that you think Japan is better than the UK in terms of living. Why? Like, give us some reasons. Like, what makes this better than the UK?
So, to be honest, the ease of living here is amazing. I mean, it's great, but you can become very complacent here. So there's a positive side to it, and then there's also the negative side to it as well, right? So, the key thing is here for me, I guess, I have children now, 3 kids, alhamdulillah. My wife is Japanese. So raising kids here is much easier. Like, when I was living in London, like probably many of us, we had a tough life, right? You might have grown up in some estates or somewhere, just walking through the streets is a challenge sometimes, right? Getting on the train with people, who's looking at you.
Getting G-checked.
Yeah, exactly, getting G-checked, exactly. It's a good experience for me in many ways, but, do you want that for your children? London's become a much more dangerous and acquisitive place. People want things, right? They want to take things for themselves, right? Because of social media, so on and so forth. So do I want my kids around that? Not really, not so much. I feel Japan is a very, very safe country. Kids that are 5 or 6 years old are allowed to get on trains and travel long distances alone, right? Alone. So it's a very safe. You can't imagine that in London. So it's very safe. Also, I feel that we're very protected. I mean, all protection comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so I'm not saying that, but
of course.
I feel like we're very shielded from the Rainbow Coalition, as I said a few times, right? Which is a big thing for me as a dad. My children are 7, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't know what's going on.
You don't want to expose them to that.
I don't want to expose that stuff to them. So these as a parent, these are the 2 main things.
Yeah.
And
Subhanallah.
the very superficial things are like just traveling around eating.
And what do you think, Shema?
No, so I think as Londoners, we have a strong identity as Muslims. As you can see on our tour here, we've got Bangladesh, Morocco, but alhamdulillah, what unites us is Islam. So there's that strong identity, right? Islam is growing in Japan, but my thing is sometimes the second generation Muslims, like your kids for example, they're overlooked. They struggle to have a Muslim identity as children growing up in Japan. What sort of things is happening to combat that, or is anything happening?
So that's a great point, because there is a lot of identity crisis here, especially with half kids, because half kids, they don't know, are they American, are they Japanese, and what I've seen, it doesn't happen all the time, but what I've seen a lot of times is they become very insecure, and they have a lot of personality problems because they're not accepted on Japanese side, and then they're not really accepted as Americans or English because they've never really lived there either, so it's very difficult. So the key thing is tawakkul in Allah, trust in Allah, I trust I'm doing the right thing, but what I try to do is I try to bring my kids. I teach them Islam all the time. Very basic. I don't force it on them. I teach them Islamic lessons every single day. I built an Islamic community around here. My brother's here. I built an Islamic community. I brought our kids together. We have events together. We have day outs together. We have invitations to the house. So always exposing them to the most important thing in life, which is Islam. And I think that if they have that, inshallah, they will always have a strong personality and a strong, strong faith. Inshallah.
In essence, you're creating your own Muslim community here.
I'm trying to, yeah. And a big part of that's for my children and for the generation, because I've got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
I want Muslim boys around to, I need 2 son-in-laws, inshallah, So.
But your vision now is you see yourself here in Japan, settling here, welcoming Muslims, growing the community.
Yeah, one brother made an important point to me. Actually, Abs is chilling over there. He's saying, we are our fathers' generations. They're the ones who came from their countries into England, and they brought Islam here. It was difficult. They went through the They went through the toughest stuff. They went through the NF. They went through this. They went through mad. They got heads kicked in. And then they brought. And then we, alhamdulillah, look at the life we're living. We're traveling around. We're living. We got material stuff. It's amazing, alhamdulillah. So we are that generation here. So should we stick around and should we build something here, or should we go home and then just say,
And there's a thing that Sheikh Salman was mentioning about how, and I remember one of the brothers from Mexico, Rafael, and this brother Rafael, subhanallah, he literally found Islam through playing chess online. Random Mexican boy playing chess online. Someone gave him da'wah. He if I remember correctly, rode his bicycle to the Egyptian embassy or something like this. Random place. Took his shahada. Okay, and now mashallah he's one of the main du'at in Mexico. He gives da'wah. And he was mentioning similar point that in Mexico now they're the first generation. They're the first people, subhanAllah. So Sheikh Salman was mentioning similar point. How is it? How is that, for you? I want to ask you that question, and I also just wanted to add about the Japanese people here. They are deserving of Islam, and that's the point. As Muslims, even as Muslims from the West who have the capability of travel, etc. And especially you guys as Muslims living here, you have a responsibility, and that responsibility of da'wah is very important, because if you see people all around you living in the dhulumat, in darkness, etc. Like one of the things, and I'm just going to say this openly, I mean it's not, I've really loved Japan, etc. But one of the things I've noticed about Japanese society is there's something strange about it, that you've got the best of everything. You've got cleanliness, you've got some modesty, you've got great morals even going on, you can see. But at the same time, there is also this emptiness in people.
Yes.
Where, like when you were describing what causes a person to go and jump in front of a bullet train so that they have a quick death and they splatter. Literally, this is what the brother Shah, what were you saying to us?
You want that on camera?
I mean, this is the facts,
It's the soullessness, it's the emptiness. They have no. That's what I was saying. They have no tawheed here. They have no belief in Allah. They have no understanding of the afterlife, akhirah. They don't know where all these good deeds they do, what they could be if they just believed in Allah and did this for the right reasons, right?
So
and because of that, they when they get depressed, when they get upset, when they feel they're a hindrance on their family, or they feel they're a hindrance on society. They just jump in front of a train, or that's the number one spot to commit suicide is Aokigahara. Aokigahara is a suicide forest at the bottom of Mount Fuji. Maybe you can check it out tomorrow, guys. Next vlog. Aokigahara. I'll send you the details there. Aokigahara. Number 2 is the waterfall in Tochiga. I forgot the name. It's called the Devil's Bowl. It's crazy. I've gone to the top of it, and you look down, and it looks like a toilet bowl. And if you jump down there, you're going to die before you even hit the rocks down below. Like it's extremely Tochigi waterfall. So there's loads of ways, and then the third or fourth way is Shinjuku Station, where they just jump in front of Shinjuku and jump in front of the train and splat.
Because you said the train slows down.
The train comes in extra fast in Shinjuku, because Shinjuku is a very long platform, and therefore the train doesn't pull the brakes until it's about 25% to 50% of the way. It doesn't pull the brakes, so you can splat quickly. They want to splat quickly. They don't want to survive and just be like half a body or limbless. They want to die. So in order to prevent that, they've got a mirror there at the end of the platform. So before you're about to jump, you'll look at yourself and your eyes. You'll look at yourself and think about your life for a second. That should be enough time for the train to go. And you should still be alive, hopefully. That's the idea.
And this is the point, like with all of these, and this is, wallahi, this is powerful, which is, even if you have the cleanliness, you have the modesty, you have things that are there within Islam, you have the attributes of Islam, but you don't have the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't have the tawheed, the tawakkul, that reliance upon Allah. Because all of us, I mean, me personally, when I'm going through issues, anything, emotional issues, etc. Anything, any problem, any issue that I'm going through, that is my outlet, and that is the outlet. The fact that I can rely upon Allah. And the point is, this is just the point I was trying to make from all of this. These people deserve that.
Yeah.
These people deserve that. They deserve to have that.
I think so
You know,
too, yeah.
subhanallah. So yeah, man, it's amazing. I mean, if there's any last points you wanted to mention, any last
No,
points?
just to add
you
to
as
your
well,
point, I
Shamaki.
think that they. Do you want to go first?
after you
No
can-
problem, sure. Just as you're saying, I think you're 100% absolutely right. I think these people deserve it. I see. Forget about the World War II history and their hegemony and the imperialism they had. We're talking about people in the last 50, 60, 70 years. There's so much goodness here. These people are very giving. They give everything, just the way we're supposed to, right? You go to a house in Japan, they'll give you stuff. They'll feed you. They want to, they're hospitable people. One of the most beautiful things that I've seen here is that when there's an earthquake or a tsunami and a big thing, Japan comes together, man. From Hokkaido, the north of Japan, to the south of Japan, they all feel the pain, which is how we should be as Muslims. They feel the pain of that little area in Japan, and they all come together. They contribute charity. They help what they can. It is a beautiful thing. That's how, I think, as an ummah, we should be much better than that. If there's a little problem happening in somewhere in the world, we should all be able to feel that pain and help in any way. I think they do it I haven't seen another country do it as well. So from that sense, may Allah guide all of Japanese people and all of us. I mean,
Bro, Jazakallah khair, man. Shamaki,
Why,
any
yeah.
points you wanted to mention?
No, I just ask Allah that He aids you and in your work, and He keeps us sincere. Aids you in your work, keeps us sincere, and inshallah we'll have this. Inshallah, something we'll keep seeing each other. Inshallah, ta'ala.
may Allah bless you, brothers, in your work. Happy to meet you, brothers.
And I just want to give a special mention to Sakura Salam here, mashallah. Our brother Shaki Sensei, Shamaki, mashallah. He's, it's through him we've met the brothers like Shah, etc. We got the brother Shakir here, randomly bumped into him, subhanallah. Remember him from London. Imagine going to a random masjid in Tokyo, or in Chiba, sorry, in Japan, praying your salah and then looking and seeing someone you know from London. It's crazy, subhanallah. It's a small world. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You didn't recognize me at first.
No, I recognize you, bro. Of course, I knew you're Oyan's brother. I knew.
Okay.
I knew, yeah, of course.
I was trying to figure out, is it Musa? Musa, it looks like Musa. I'm just looking, I was G-checking him. I was like, he must be. And then I was like, oh yeah, what's he doing here? Because I saw all of them, you probably sleeping in the back of the masjid. Yeah, I was just surprised, man. It's a small world, especially with Muslims. Even when I met him, I was like, oh, it's a London guy here, living for 17 years.
How long have you been here for?
2 years now. Wow. But since I've met him and a lot of brothers here, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. London is
You're a lifer, bro.
far dreams.
You're a lifer.
My wife and kids are in London now, and I chose not to go. So it's different, strong attraction staying here. It's just, it's a bit of especially being the pioneers of Islam, like we were discussing that.
It's the 7-Eleven, bro. It's those snacks. I'm telling you, bro. Those snacks are dangerous. I
I
think.
saw you had that little
Bro,
fruit
bro,
salad.
have you tried that, bro?
No, I was laughing. I was
Bro,
like,
please try that.
I was laughing. You touch something and then you go, "What? Nah, that could not be halal. I'm not letting you touch
The
that."
cheese that he grabbed, he grabbed the cheese.
Was that cheese, yeah?
This cheese is cheese. It's smoked
No,
cheese.
he was like,
He was like this. Did a bit of the salt bait and just left it. I was like, oh.
Nah, but brothers, jazakumullah khairan. I mean, I want the other brothers to talk to you guys as well and stuff like that. Guys, jazakumullah khairan. You know what? Maybe you're gonna become active again, so we can tell the people to check you out. Inshallah.
I got a channel called Haq Japan, HAQQ Japan. Inshallah, brother Musa, brother Shamak, they've given me some advice, so maybe I'll come back inshallah. And if you ever need any advice or anything to come to Japan, I'm not sure, maybe I can help out with that inshallah. As a Muslim,
That'd be nice.
what kind of stuff is available? We'll create some kind of service or something to help with that inshallah.
Inshallah.
But yeah, Muslims come to Japan. It's a very Muslim friendly country.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. Great stuff.